Last week, everything felt new. New goal, new program, new motivation. But week 2 is where the excitement starts wearing off and the actual training begins. The question is, can I keep stacking the work without doing too much too soon? Alright guys, so just a little review of what went well for week 1 was honestly my bike rides. Got a very good cardiorespiratory benefit out of that without the added stress on my joints. It also did not cause my body very much fatigue. Hardest part was learning to pull back. That's kind of a weakness of mine anyway. Last week I was experiencing some bilateral hip pain, especially my left. That's also continuing this week, but we'll touch on that here in a few minutes. So what I learned about this program already, just in week 1, is that I may have started overly ambitious. So an adjustment I made entering into this week, week 2, was I actually decreased the volume a little bit, giving my body a chance to adjust. Alright guys, so some of the challenges I know I'm going to face in week 2 is that I have plenty of strength and I'm more than willing to work hard. However, I know that my biggest challenge is I will try and push my sessions harder than I need to. So the question for me is going to be, can I be disciplined enough to keep the easy days easy? Because I have to do this for recovery purposes. We're supposed to have the majority of your runs easy for a reason. If all of your runs are too hard, you will not recover in time for the next one. With my current program, I am doing 9 workouts per week. Most of them have to be pretty easy, otherwise you will end up in a recovery deficit. I have to be a little bit stricter about this than I have been in the past, as I'm getting closer to 40 now than I am to 35. And I also have a stereotypical 9-to-5 desk job. I have to force myself to understand that a productive workout does not have to be hard. I finally went and got my hip pain checked out. Turns out I have what is called gluteal tendinopathy. Now, my career and degrees are in the physical rehabilitation space, and I'm also a nerd about this kind of stuff. But to sum it up, the muscles around my hip joints are not holding my hips where they are supposed to be, allowing excessive movement inside the joint capsule, causing the hips to push up against tissues they're not supposed to, causing pain. So this week I have been doing some very new and different kind of exercises to help my hips gain some extra stability, preventing this excessive movement inside the joint to hopefully help clear up some of the pain. My sports physical therapist told me not to progress to 4 runs in 1 week until this is cleared up. So this was one of my harder sessions for the week, and because of this, I learned something very quickly. Doing a long run on Saturday morning then less than 48 hours later doing heavy barbell back squats followed by a 30-minute bike ride is currently too much for the level of conditioning in my legs. This caused me to gather a lot of fatigue first thing on Monday morning, as my legs were still carrying some fatigue from the weekend long run. With this extra fatigue, it set the tone for the rest of the week. Which currently is what I need, as my legs are not used to this kind of volume yet. However, as long as I can keep my injury risk down, this is the kind of fatigue my legs need to get used to for this 25K. This week's long run was a really good one. My body is starting to get back into the groove of running and starting to adjust to the workload I am asking of it. These long runs are very good at building grit and conditioning for all of the activities that I take part in outside. Whether it's trail running, hiking, strength training, or running a 25K, these sessions help prepare my body conditioning-wise for all of those. Which is what this channel is all about, being more capable outside. This session has reminded me that I am only a few years away from 40 years old. And programming, recovery, and accessory work is more important now than ever. For not only performance reasons, but is also starting to play more of a role in the recovery process and longevity for my health. Let's compare this 7:25 run and the 8:1 run. It is the same distance, same elevation gain, actually the exact same run, just on a different day. And I was approximately 30 seconds faster per mile while keeping the same heart rate. I've become a lot more disciplined with keeping my easy runs easy, and I'm much more intentional with my stretching and activation exercises that I've been doing. I have much more work than I realized concerning my hip stability, core control, and running economy. It's going to be hard for me to keep doing my accessory work on my non-running days. I have a really bad habit of seeing the accessory work as just that, accessory work. But because of my hips, I have learned the hard way that you must continue to do accessory work in order to be able to do the main work of running. I did rearrange the order of some of my workouts. However, the biggest thing I changed was a lot of the exercise selection. I am now doing a lot of exercises that are new to me, that are aimed to improve my weaknesses that I have recently found. Week 2 was not dramatic, and that is the point. I completed the work, stayed close to the intended intensity, and learned where the plan is going to challenge me. 14 weeks remain. Next week, the goal is not to do more. It is to allow my body to absorb what I'm already doing. Now it is time for our built wisdom. I used to think getting better at running meant every workout needed to be hard. Run faster, push farther, make every session count. And I've learned that lesson the hard way. The workouts that build you aren't always the ones that leave you exhausted. They're the ones you can recover from, come back from, and repeat week after week. One hard run might make you feel accomplished, but 50 consistent runs will actually change you. Most days, you don't need to prove anything. Run easy, build the miles, stay healthy, and let the body adapt. Then, when it's actually time to go hard, you are capable of doing so with purpose, because intensity can test your fitness, but consistency is what builds it. Join me next week for my second session with my sports physical therapist. If you are interested in becoming stronger, more capable, and spending more time outside, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share with a friend.